Hi, love. The world of television can be magical, a place where imagination comes to life and stories leap off the screen. But it can also be unexpectedly heartbreaking, especially when a show that means so much to so many is suddenly taken away. Disney's cancellation of Goosebumps, a beloved series based on R.L. Stine's iconic books, is a recent example of this bittersweet reality. For years, Goosebumps has been a gateway into the world of spooky stories for young viewers, blending chills with important life lessons. The show brought eerie tales to life, skillfully mixing horror with relatable teen drama. It wasn't just about monsters and mysteries. It was about facing fears, growing up, and finding your place in a sometimes scary world. What made Goosebumps truly special was its heart. The series stood out for its inclusion of LGBTQ characters, who were not just side notes but central to the story, giving voice to experiences often left out of mainstream media. For many young viewers, this representation was deeply meaningful. Seeing themselves reflected on screen, sometimes for the first time, helped them feel seen, valued, and less alone in the world. That's why the cancellation feels so personal. It's more than just the end of a TV show. It's a message that certain stories and the people who live them aren't valued enough to continue. Many are left wondering, why would Disney end a series that was not only popular, but also groundbreaking in its inclusivity and storytelling? The decision leaves a void, not just in the TV schedule, but in the hearts of fans who saw themselves in these stories. Goosebumps was more than just jump scares and suspenseful moments. It was a show that explored acceptance, identity, and the importance of friendship and community. Its loss is a step backward in the ongoing fight for diverse representation in media. Every time a show like this disappears, it becomes a little harder for underrepresented voices to break through. That's why we must continue to demand stories that reflect the complexity and diversity of our world. Representation matters, and it shapes how we see ourselves and each other. The cancellation of Goosebumps is a powerful reminder of the influence stories have on our understanding of the world. They can open minds, build empathy, and inspire change. Goosebumps was doing just that, sparking conversations, encouraging acceptance, and helping viewers feel less alone. Its absence is felt deeply by those who needed it most. Now more than ever, we must speak up for stories that reflect the beautiful, complex reality of our world. We owe it to ourselves and to future generations. The fight for representation is ongoing, and we must not be silent. Every voice matters, and every story counts. Goosebumps cancellation is a sad ending, but it doesn't have to be the end of the story. We can honor its legacy by pushing for more inclusive, authentic storytelling. Let's keep advocating for shows that celebrate diversity, challenge stereotypes, and give everyone a chance to see themselves as the hero. The world needs stories that build empathy, foster understanding, and remind us that we all belong. Because in the end, everyone deserves to have their story told, and to know that their story matters. You'd think a show's popularity would guarantee its survival, especially in today's competitive streaming landscape where every hit counts. Fans invest their time, their emotions, and even their money into shows they love, expecting that strong viewership will keep their favorites safe from the chopping block. But sometimes, even the most beloved series aren't immune to sudden cancellation, leaving audiences stunned and searching for answers. Goosebumps was a breakout hit for Disney+, racking up millions of viewing hours and quickly becoming a staple for families and fans of all ages around the globe. It consistently held a spot in the Nielsen Top 10 for weeks, a clear indicator of its widespread appeal and staying power in a crowded market. The decision to cancel Goosebumps left subscribers scratching their heads, especially since the show not only attracted new viewers, but also kept longtime fans engaged and coming back for more. With a talented, diverse cast and a storyline that resonated across generations, Goosebumps managed to bridge gaps and bring people together, making it a rare gem in modern television. The cancellation wasn't due to poor ratings or lack of interest, which only deepened the mystery and sparked speculation about Disney's true motivations. If a top performer like Goosebumps can be axed, it raises a troubling question for the industry. What does it really take for a show to survive in this unpredictable era? The data was clear. Audiences were invested, sharing their excitement online, and building a passionate community around the show's characters and stories. Yet, despite this outpouring of support, the collective passion of fans wasn't enough to save the series they cherished. The abrupt decision suggests that factors beyond ratings and fan enthusiasm, perhaps financial strategies or shifting corporate priorities, played a role in Disney's choice. Goosebumps was more than just a show. It became a cultural touchstone, sparking conversations and inspiring creativity among its viewers. Its cancellation leaves many, especially those who saw themselves represented on screen, questioning the future of inclusive and diverse content in mainstream media. The show's undeniable success highlights a growing demand for stories that reflect the real world, stories that are inclusive, authentic, and bold. For the entertainment industry, this is a wake-up call to recognize and nurture the value of inclusive narratives, not just for profit, but for the communities they serve. The loss of Goosebumps is more than just the end of a show. It's a setback for everyone who believes in the power of representation and the importance of seeing themselves reflected on screen. The cancellation news hit suddenly on August 7, 2025. Fans were blindsided, having just enjoyed the second season. Disney offered no explanation, leaving a void filled with speculation. Sony Pictures Television, the production company, wasn't ready to give up. They planned to shop the series to other networks, offering hope to fans. The abrupt cancellation felt disrespectful to those invested in the series. It highlighted the brutal nature of the TV industry. Successful shows aren't safe from sudden cancellation. Goosebumps fans faced a harsh reality. The story's end was a reminder of the industry's unpredictability. Goosebumps cancellation isn't isolated. A pattern emerges. Disney's recent cuts disproportionately target LGBTQ+ inclusive shows. Willow and the Acolyte faced similar fates, leaving stories unfinished. Editing out LGBTQ+ content, like in Win or Lose, sends a chilling message. These decisions suggest a shift away from inclusion. The pattern raises questions about Disney's commitment to diversity. Each canceled show offered something special to viewers. The consistent removal of such content is deeply concerning. Representation in media is at risk, and we must remain vigilant. Disney's silence on Goosebumps cancellation is telling. A 2024 statement hinted at their approach to content for younger audiences. The phrase "certain subjects" is understood as code for LGBTQ+ themes. This stance frames queer identity as controversial, which is harmful. It prioritizes certain parents' comfort over children's need for representation. Disney's justification caters to a narrow worldview, ignoring modern diversity. The implications of their stance are loud and clear, signaling a retreat from progress. Canceling shows like Goosebumps impacts LGBTQ+ representation. It sends a message that inclusive content is risky, affecting future projects. Fewer opportunities arise for LGBTQ+ creators and actors. For viewers, especially young LGBTQ+ people, the loss is personal. Representation validates existence and combats isolation. Diverse stories enrich everyone's viewing experience. Canceling these shows limits the stories told, affecting all audiences. The ripple effect threatens progress in inclusive media. Representation must be fought for and protected. The cancellations remind us that progress isn't guaranteed. The cancellation sparked swift outrage on social media. Hashtags like #SaveGoosebumps trended as fans expressed frustration. Media outlets connected the cancellation to a larger pattern. Critics accused Disney of caving to anti-LGBTQ+ pressure. The decision was seen as prioritizing profits over principles. The outcry shows the demand for inclusive content. Fans' voices are a powerful message to media companies. They demand diversity on screens and won't stay silent. Public reaction holds companies accountable. The fight for representation continues in real time. Stories are more than entertainment. They shape our understanding. For marginalized communities, representation is powerful and affirming. Seeing yourself on screen validates your existence. It provides a roadmap for navigating identity and finding acceptance. Canceling shows with representation removes vital support. Representation builds empathy and understanding among all viewers. Diverse stories create a more tolerant society. The fight for inclusive stories is a fight for belonging. Media should reflect the diversity of our human family. We want stories as diverse and beautiful as we are. Goosebumps cancellation is more than just the end of a show. It's a call to action for better representation in media. It's a reminder that progress can be fragile and that every step forward must be protected and built upon. Sony Pictures Television is actively searching for a new home for the series. hoping to find a platform that values diverse voices and stories. Now, more than ever, fans should make their voices heard. Sign petitions, share on social media, and let networks know there's a real demand for inclusive programming. The future of diverse storytelling truly depends on us as viewers and consumers. Our choices, our support, and our advocacy shape what gets made and who gets represented. We must champion shows that reflect our communities and hold media companies accountable for the stories they choose to tell or ignore. Public pressure, from protests to online campaigns, can influence even the biggest companies, including Disney, to reconsider their strategies and priorities. If major streaming platforms become more conservative, smaller and independent services may step up to champion diversity and innovation in storytelling. Diverse stories aren't just important, they're essential for building a more just, empathetic, and understanding world. These stories teach us, inspire us, and connect us across differences, helping new generations see themselves reflected and valued. Goosebumps cancellation is a sobering reminder that progress isn't always linear, and setbacks can happen even when it feels like we're moving forward. That's why we must continue to fight, to speak up, and to maintain the ground we've gained for representation and inclusion. The passion and dedication of fans everywhere give hope that a more inclusive future is possible, even in the face of setbacks. As long as we care, advocate, and fight for better representation, there will always be hope for change and progress. The entertainment industry must recognize the immense value of diverse narratives, not just for profit, but for the health and vibrancy of our culture. Ultimately, the future of storytelling is in our hands. By supporting, demanding, and creating diverse stories, we shape a world where everyone's voice can be heard.